I'm here today with Hector Pachon. He is the general manager of the Ramada Plaza Marco Polo Beach Resort. How you doing today, Hector?
I'm doing great. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing wonderful. So Hector, Marco Polo Beach Resort. Where are you located?
We are located in beautiful Sunny Isles, Florida, before getting to Fort Lauderdale and just a little bit above the Miami area.
Awesome. Must be absolutely beautiful there. So, how long have you been at the hotel?
I've been in the hotel. I was in the hotel, Chris, back in 2019. I had another position. Then I came back last year. They offered me the general manager position, and here I am.
Awesome. Well, maybe take like a minute or two and tell us kind of your background, your career, and kind of how you got here.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you for having me here. I started in the hospitality career in San Antonio, Texas. I lived there for about 14 years, and I started my education when I was working as a waiter. I saw the general manager, and I was impressed the way he used to handle things and get things rolling with the team members, how he had time to chit chat with guests. So I knew that I was a service person. So I started college over there and all the way to continue my education until finishing my master's degree in hospitality management as well. And since I moved to Florida, that's when I definitely knew that I wanted to be in this area providing service to my guests.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about your property. Talk to us a little bit about the hotel.
Yes, it's a 509 unit building. It's a condo hotel. Some people own the units, and some units, about 250 units, belong to the hotel. If you are an owner of a unit, you just don't want to pay too much attention of what is happening in your unit, but you just want to relax and get revenue out of that. So we get those units and we manage those units, and we get revenue to the unit owner. So there are a lot of nice buildings in the area, like the Bentley Hotel, the Porch, the Trump, JW Marriott. So it's a really nice area, Sunny Isles.
Awesome. Yeah, I used to live in South Florida. I absolutely love the area. So you definitely nestled right in between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. It's a great stop there. I like it.
Yeah. It's a really nice area.
So one of the things I know, from working in that market for a number of years, labor's always been, one of the harder things to come by, at least in my experience. How's everything going there? Are you finding the team you need, and how's that going?
It's going better than where we were in 2021. When there is an event like a recession, like a pandemic, labor is the last thing that balances out. The economy might come back quicker than what the labor used to be before the event. So, and we suffer that. Not only my hotel, but all the service industry, being the hospitality industry, one of the most hammered industries with the event of the COVID-19, we had to reinvent ourselves and really know the market where our guests were coming from. So we can accordingly put the labor that we needed. I'm not going to tell you that we are 100%, but we are in the good 95% of where we were before the pandemic.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. That's
Yes.
great to hear. So
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's thank goodness 2021 has been better with us. The last quarter of 2020 and the first semester of 2021 have been really good. So we have been able to get more labor back to where it was before pandemic.
Awesome. Now, one of the things I, remember about the market, was always, keeping the team motivated, right? Like that market, that area is always, it's busy, it's hectic. There's all kinds of reasons to maybe not want to work, along the beach there. But, I remember as a leader, motivating and recognition and all of that, played a huge part in making sure that we had the team that we need to do the job, right? Um,
Absolutely.
are you finding that plays a key role in what you're doing there?
Chris, that it's very important what you're saying, because you can feel and you can sense when the people are truthful to what what you're telling them. Someone that doesn't know what's going on, the team members are going to feel it. As you feel when your boss is telling you something that doesn't make sense, the same thing your team members feel it. And when you tell them that you are thankful for what they do every day, how well they're doing their job, that really goes a long way. It is important for them to feel how appreciative you are every single day, because they are the ones that are going to stay later when you really need them, that something happens. They are the ones that are going to save your bag. So it's important for them to be motivated, um, for one day for you to take him to get a burger. That goes a long way, and that's going to last a full year. I assure you that. Yeah.
So what are I first of all, I couldn't agree more, right? Recognition is one of those things that everybody knows they want to do more of, but a lot of people forget it in the day-to-day hustle, right? You're worried so much about just the business, right? The check-ins, the checkouts, the turns, the restaurants, everything that's going on there. And a lot of times people forget they meant to get to it, right? You always meant
Absolutely.
to get to it. So what kind of things are you doing to make sure that you're recognizing your team on a regular basis?
Well, first of all, the first thing that I tell them every single morning is thank you for being here. The family time that they are not having just for being in the hotel, just for working for the hotel that I represent, is greatly appreciated. Then the next thing, for example, my housekeepers, sometimes I get a cart, a luggage cart, and I put a bottle of waters and just go floor by floor, just telling them, hey, here's a bottle of water. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Really thank you. For the team, for the front desk team, for example, hey, this is a pizza on me just because yesterday we were completely sold out. We didn't have any complaints. So here's a pizza on me today. And I think what we were talking before the interview, I think being truthful to yourself is what is going to make you get those things in action, and for the team to recognize that you are their leader. So we all need for the numbers to be in good shape, of course, but they are the ones that are in that circle. They are the ones that are making those numbers for you.
I couldn't agree with you more. And when I think about recognition, right? A lot of people feel like, well, if I just plan a great year-end party, right? Like that'll hold us for a while. Like everybody will be happy. I always found that wasn't really it, right? Like the compounding effect of what you're talking about here, right? It's every day, it's doing this, little things every day. Is that what you find as well? That the compounding effect of the little things that you do are what's making a huge difference?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think when you open yourself, they are gonna feel that they want to work for you, that they would follow you wherever you go, and that's what somebody. A manager I used to have told me, Hector, your success is going to be determined that if you leave the place, the people would like to follow you. And those little details that you mentioned, Chris, are very important for the success of your payroll, and for not a lot of people wanting to leave in your site, your work.
Absolutely. So, you mentioned truth and trust, right?
Yes.
A little bit before. So, you know, as a general manager, right? You mentioned you recently came back and started leading the property. How do you build that authenticity or that trust with your team?
I think that has to do a lot of what your passion and how truthful you are to yourself. I'm not going to tell you, hey, Chris, go and work with the numbers in a bank if your real passion is to be doing this type of great job that you do, interviewing people, getting to know people, providing advices to all of those people that are coming behind us. If you're not good for that, your passion is not going to be right there. So being truthful to your passion is what is going to be determining that the other people would like to follow you. If you need to be good at what you do, of course, but you need to put your heart when you are dealing with people, and leaving sometimes your ego on the side to be able to continue working on your goals. We have 4 different goals as a property. One is profitability, customer service, profitability, customer service, the people, the fact that the people don't want to leave the
Like the
employment
employee
place.
satisfaction. Yeah.
Yes. Those are the things that are built for the hotel that I represent. And so far, thank goodness, we have good numbers for those.
Awesome. Awesome. So, when you walked in the door to this property, right? You returned as general manager. What kind of things were you doing to connect with your team or connect with your managers as you were coming on board?
I think first of all, the people need to feel that someone knows the same or more than they do, probably not as skillful. It is important for the team members to know that you know the same or more than they do. Probably I'm not going to do as nice beds as my housekeepers, but they need to know that I can make a bed.
Right.
That I can clean a room, that and at the front desk that I can check in people in and out, that my maintenance team, they know how an AC is designed inside a room. I don't need to know the in and out, but I need to know something about it. And that's how you gain their respect. They're not going to respect someone that is always on the chair, just barking orders. That's a management style, but it's not mine. And they need to know that I know as well. So that's important to me, that they
Awesome.
respect it.
So, how do you work with your leaders, or what do you do when you work with your leaders to, get them to build these skills so that they are able, like you, to be able to function in a number of areas?
Well, they need to know that I have their backs. They need to know that we got to work by the book, because when the team members don't see the discipline in their immediate leaders, they might think that everything is a mess, and we don't want to give that impression. My leaders need to know that I have their back, and that I am trusting them for what we discuss every day, for them to make the right decisions. If we need to give a free night because we didn't provide the best service, or didn't get the best experience, we're going to suck it up, but we need to learn from that so we don't stumble with the same stone again. So I think the most important answer for that question, Chris, is going to be for them to know that I trust, and that's why they have the position of leadership. If something needs to be corrected, I am going to be the first one to tell them, hey, we need to take a different path.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. And do you find that those conversations, you can teach that style or those conversations to your leaders, and then you're trusting them to be able to have those same, we'll call them crucial conversations or consistent conversations with their team?
They have to talk to them every single day. They have to have a pre-shift. They have to have a meeting right before one team is leaving and the other one is starting, just to do just to start the new shift. It is important for everybody to know where we are. Some leaders, and it's very respectable on that area, don't like to share important information, numbers information, how well the hotel is doing. I'm on the opposite side because I think my team members deserve to know if we are achieving our budgeting goals. It is important for them to know if we're achieving our customer service goals because they're going to receive a bonus. All of that is important. The more your team is aware of what's happening, the better the results are going to portray. That's my opinion.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I think, if you keep everybody bought in and everybody feels like they understand, you've got great transparency in your organization, right? And
And the team members are going to feel more bought into the everyday business, into the dynamics of the hotel every day. I think that provides great results, Chris.
absolutely, absolutely, I couldn't agree more. So, as we are building back as an industry, right? I mean, it's been a crazy roller coaster, right? We go from having no business to now having probably too much business, as people are traveling and everybody's trying to figure out how to make this, right? Uh,
That's a
you
good
know,
problem to have.
it's a great, every owner is sitting back saying, well, what do you mean too much business, right?
I know.
Are you, as a general manager, are you feeling comfortable with where you're at right now as far as being able to deal with the crazy influx of business?
That's a very important question because, for example, 2021 was a good year. Not the first quarter, maybe not the first 4 months, but the rest of the year was good. 2022 was a better year, has been a better year, and so far all my owners are happy. Now, the business is good right now, but we have to be cautious about the planning, the budgeting. We feel comfortable, but you know that the hospitality industry, the hotel industry has seasons of being very productive. Like, for example, December to May are very productive months. And now with the July and August, probably we're going to see a downhill on the amount of business or demand that we have. So to answer the question is yes, we are happy, of course, because we come from a season of not being that busy like 2020 and 2021, the first 6 months. So we're happy with the numbers that we have now. But I like to mention as well that we have to be cautious because of the cycles that the economy is having. For example, right now a lot of people are talking about what might happens later in the year, and that could be affecting again our hospitality industry. So the more data, the more process information that you have about what could happen, you're going to be better prepared for what could happen.
I like it. And I think that's extremely important, to as you're sharing the results with your team, you're also looking ahead, right? Preparing them for what's coming, teaching them to look for those markers, those indicators of kind of how they can predict their success. I think that's extremely important when you're teaching as a leader.
Yes. And something, Chris, right now we are dealing with Delta, but doesn't feel like we're dealing with more COVID. I mean, people are just tired mentally to be inside, to not being out for 1.5 years.
Right.
They just want to go out. They just want to leave. They just want to live their lives that probably we all took for granted in 2020 and 2021 as well. They just want to enjoy,
right.
So Delta feels more now like something in the past from the COVID experience, not more like Delta, but it's just another COVID issue. And thank goodness we have a good business right now because of the vaccination, and the people are putting aside the how scared everybody was because of these COVID situations.
Yep. And I think it's going to be really hard for, I know people want to be safe and they want to be healthy, but I don't know if people are going to be able to do all the same things we did for the COVID last time. I think, I
Yeah.
think people want to stay out. They've been locked down. They want to get out now. It's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays forward. And hopefully the hospitality industry won't be as impacted in the future. Hopefully there's still going to be that subset of travelers regardless of what happens.
I couldn't be in a more agreement with you. All the people that unfortunately had to pass away. It was a great lesson for everyone, every single one of us that are still living, uh, to go ahead and live that life. And of course, the hospitality industry is ready for everyone to start getting everybody back to what it was before the pandemic.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, as you kind of look ahead, right? Obviously we've got a lot of development to do. We've got a lot of leading to do here as a team. What kind of advice are you giving to new leaders as they head into the industry right now?
I think, Chris, that it is important to be truthful to your passion, but we need to learn to accommodate fast to all of the changes that happen as soon as as soon as you're receiving them. Um, for example, during the pandemic, we learned that the people were not going to be traveling that much through airplanes, but we learned that our new market was our neighbor states, because people could get inside a car and travel all the way over here. So it's important to accommodate and to learn and to get up when you go down, and to get up and find ways to get more positive results. If if we were staying, if we would be crying because and didn't do anything after learning that nobody was going to be able to travel through airplanes, probably we would be close by now. So I think, so I think it is important to always try to find new ways to get to the results that we planned. Now, another example, Chris, is that life as in business, we need to adapt quickly. So, for example, that Blockbuster situation that unfortunately had to be out of business just because they didn't accommodate quick enough to the digital era like Netflix and all that stuff. Either you accommodate quickly or you're going to be disappearing. I think that's a great lesson that we all need to keep in mind all the time, that changes are the only constant in life.
Well, I think that's great advice. And as leaders are coming in, being able to identify when you need to change, be able to forecast the change that's coming, and then obviously be able to adapt to it so you don't get caught, being run over by it. I think that's all very good advice. And, anybody coming in definitely needs to be ready for change, because I think the hospitality industry is marked by change. And that's where all of the excitement comes from, right? It's constantly moving, and everybody always says they love
Yeah,
the fact that,
constantly.
yesterday is different than today. Everybody always loves that. Tomorrow
Yeah.
will be something completely new.
Yes, and then later we're going to find out that the airline tickets are going to go up, and probably we're not going to have as much demand. So we need to start thinking outside the box to try to get more business
Yeah.
into the property.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Hector, this has been a great conversation. I really appreciate the time today. So if people wanted to find out more about your hotel, how do they do that?
Well, we are present on the website, of course, as marcopolobeachresort.com. And of course, we are present on all of the online travel agencies like Expedia, Priceline, everything. We are present there. But we always like to have more reservations directly from and through our website, marcopolobeachresort.com.
Awesome. Well, I think that's a great place to go. And then, Hector, are you on any of the like LinkedIn or anything like that if people want to connect with you?
Yes, sir. On LinkedIn as Hector Pachon, General Manager of Marco Polo Beach Resort. That's where people can find me. I would be more than willing to answer any questions that they have, and of course, grow the community, because it's important for us to have a community as hospitality leaders.
I couldn't agree more. Well, Hector, thank you very much for your time today. And I look forward to connecting with you again in the future.
Likewise, thank you for having me, Chris.
My pleasure, Hector. Talk soon.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.